Master Hirokazu Kanazawa, the world-renowned international instructor and consecutive 3 times All Japan Kata champion, presents here Kanku Dai. His expert knowledge of this and many other kata enables the viewer this unique opportunity to practice with this famous master. Hirokazu Kanazawa is the chief instructor of Shotokan Karate International and author of JKA Kata books, Volume 1 and 2. JKA is represented in over 38 countries.
Kanku Dai. 大は、これは聖道館の、特徴のある型であります。平安の型は初段から5段まで全部関空大の動きから取り入れて糸先生が作ったわけです。ですから聖道館の基本は追い引きにしろ、打ち受けにしろ、後屈にしろ、牙出しにしろ、すべて、関空大の中に含まれております。だから関空大をやっておれば、基本をやらなくともやはり十分に空手の聖道館の空手の練習をしただけの価値が生まれてきます。それからあとはやはり、最初の受け、この背腕背手受け、このスナップ、これはやはりこの、無知と同じような肘のスナップを引かして受けます。それをよく多くの人間が手刀受けみたいに肩の上から持って受ける人もいますけど、これはやはり技の目標が違うんです。それをよく注意して練習していただきたいと思います。以上です。
The kata will now be shown in detail.
関空大
with the first two fingers and thumb overlapping, eyes horizontal, the hands rise upwards. The first awareness point is when the extreme of vision is reached. The second point is at full chest expansion. The third at full elbow extension, a feeling of opening one's heart and spirit being experienced. The last sensing point is when the hands touch, the right horizontal to the left's vertical. The head turns, the hara pushes forward with an open backhand defense. Ikite supports the ki flow to the defending hand by pushing into the body. The hara is the central point of the body from which all movements should be generated, this also being the origin of ki, or natural energy flow. It is important that the left hand passes below the right elbow before the extended sword hand defense is applied. Using the hara, the middle punch is executed. Still concentrating on the hara and using the hips to effect an inside defense. It should be noted that hikite is constant throughout these movements. Hikite always refers to the opposing action of the withdrawing hand. The right hand is placed on the left in the waist posture. With the left hand held firmly against the body, simultaneously execute a rising side snap kick and back fist strike. As the knee falls, the body weight is transferred to the rear with a sword hand defense. Moving forward, use 2 sword hand defenses. Followed by a restraining defense and 4-fingered penetrating strike. The supporting hand is placed behind the elbow to give it maximum support. The hara and hip are simultaneously pushed back, performing a lower sword hand defense. Continuing with an upper sword hand strike in a reverse half body. Keeping the hands still, effect an upper front kick. As the knee drops, the weight shifts with the hara into an angular posture. The stance now changes with the hip pushing through as an upper sideways defense and lower sword hand strike are effected. Keeping the rear foot rooted, withdraw into a natural posture. The sequence is repeated as before, using the lower and upper sword hand defenses, followed by a strike and upper front kick. The weight transfers to the rear in the angular posture. The final lower sword hand strike is completed, withdrawing once again into the natural posture. Pulling in the forward hip, the hands form hikite, this being immediately followed by the rising side snap kick and back fist strike. Finally, stepping down with a forward-reaching elbow strike. The same sequence is repeated on the opposite side. Notice the rear foot is withdrawn into the single leg stance and waist posture. Particular attention should be paid as the kicking foot is returned to the knee. Four sword hand defense movements are performed, each striking hand first being placed by the neck. Observe that the knees and ankles come together before each strike. The lower sword hand defense precedes the upper sword hand strike. Keeping both hands poised, an upper front kick and middle back fist strike are performed, finishing in a cross-legged stance. The hara pushes the left foot back, immediately followed by a middle inside defense. The sequence is completed with a left reverse and right middle thrust. As the body turns, the hands are brought to hikite. Transferring the weight, the back hand thrust is executed, this being reinforced by the ki flow travelling upwards in the knee posture. Falling face down, supporting the body with the arms slightly bent at the elbows, the hands should be turned inwards, the eyes looking ahead. With the body over the right knee, the hara twists sharply to form a lower double-edged sword hand defense. This is followed by a middle sword hand defense. The left leg passes behind the right, with the hip rotating into an inside defense and reverse thrust. The same defense is repeated, but with a double middle thrust. The back foot and right hand move together, the hands forming hikite. Withdrawing the front foot and keeping the left hand held firmly against the body, a simultaneous rising side snap kick and back fist strike is executed. As the knee falls, the body weight is transferred to the rear with a sword hand defense. The left hand applies the restraining defense before stepping forward into the four-fingered penetrating strike. Maintaining the same height, the wrist, elbow and body are twisted, finishing with an overhead back fist strike. Withdrawing the left hand and side-shifting the hara, an iron hammer strike is extended. With an outward tension in the knees, a forward-reaching elbow strike is effected. Simultaneously, the head is turned to the right, bringing the hands together in the waist posture. Keeping the left hand in hikite, a lower right sweeping defense is executed. The left foot and hand rise and turn together, both arms rotating 180 degrees into a double arm roundhouse defense. Drawing the left hand up as a downward thrust is delivered. The hara is pushed vertically into an upper crossed sword hand defense. Let's see the sequence of movements again. Keeping the hands still, the direction is changed by rotating the body 270 degrees. Settling to a foundation stance, the hands are lowered to the crossed hand position. The body springs up with a double jumping kick, simultaneously pushing the left open hand outwards and right closed fist upwards. As the body lands, a middle back fist strike is executed. Lowering the center of gravity by bending at the knees, pivot, sweep down and under with the right arm. Finally, draw the body up, forming a circle with the arms. A feeling of closing one's heart and spirit should be experienced.
Kanku Dai. Kanku Dai is Shotokan typical kata because all Heian kata, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, they are come from Kanku Dai. Also, all Shotokan basic movements, most basic movements come from Kanku Dai. Therefore, for Shotokan people, very important Kanku Dai training. Also stance, Zenkutsu dashi, Kiwa dashi, Kokutsu dashi, also Shuto-uke, Uchi-uke, also of course Oizuki, Gyakuzuki, many Shotokan technique, basic technique is included in Kanku Dai Kata. Therefore, if we do Kanku Dai Kata training, and then we are mostly enough training karate. Also, Kanku Dai, okay. First, Haishuke. Many people mistake. Shito-uke. No. This is Haishuke, Haishu, Haiwan-uke. They are very important on snapping. Snapping. Must be brought with snap, not twist. Shito-uke from on shoulder. Shito. But the Haishuke is under to snap. This must understand exact separately Shito-uke and Haiwan-uke. Haishu, Haiwan-uke. Otherwise, this must be after kicking. Manjuke must be straight up and down. This is also have to distinguish. Otherwise, okay, exact same as basic movements. Therefore, if you do basic training correctly, then you will become good Kanku Dai automatic.
To give the feeling one should derive when performing Kanku Dai in the dojo, the kata will be shown slowly from the rear. Breathing is represented by the left hand symbols and applied power by the right, their meaning being clarified in the accompanying guide. Use the slow motion facility on your video recorder to absorb the correct feeling of the kata.
Kanku Dai.
first application shown was to view the universe by opening one's heart. Here, the second meaning shows Owase Shito Agiuke deflecting Jodanzuki. This is followed by the hands dropping quickly with a Chudan Owase Shito Uchi against the attacker's elbow joint as he attacks again with Chudan Gyakuzuki. Continuing the scissor-like action, the opponent is unbalanced and thrown. A Jodan Oizuki attacks the left side. With a sharp twist of the hara and Kaishu Haiwan Uke, the attack is stopped. The same happens on the right side. Notice the slapping action of the rear open hand. The second application shows this technique being used as a strike. A Chudan Oizuki is parried by Tate Shito Uke and counter-attacked with Chudan Zuki. The attacker strikes with Gyakuzuki, which is immediately deflected with Uchiuke. This return technique is known as Kaishi, or giving back. This is seen against the follow-up Chudan strike. The second application shows these defenses used against two attackers. An attack from behind is defended with Yokogeri Kiage and Uraken Uchi, then turning into Shito Uke to block a Chudan Oitsuki attack. A side view shows the attacker stepping forward with Chudan Oitsuki and blocked by Shito Uke. His second attack, Gyakuzuki, is stopped with Osai Uke and followed through with Shihon Nukite. The side view shows Chudan Maigeri being met with Gedan Shito Uke, followed by a Jodan Uke, Doji Shito Uchi, against a further punch. The attacker is pushed away with Jodan Maigeri before a second attack, this time from the rear, is defended with Manji Gamai. A following punch is parried with Nagashi Uke and finished with Gedan Shito Uchi. The second application shown against four attackers begins with defense against a Maigeri Oizuki combination from attacker 1. A kicking defense against 2. A simultaneous Jodan and Chudan defense against 3 and 4, followed by Tsukui Atoshi Nage on assailant 4. Once more, the multiple defense is shown, starting with Gedan Shito Uke, followed by Jodan Uke, Doji Shito Uchi. Keeping the hands positioned, a Jodan Maigeri finishes the attack prior to twisting into Manji Gamai. This is followed by Nagashi Uke and countered with Gedan Shito Uchi or Teisho Uchi. Whilst waiting in Gedan Gamai, a Jodan Zuki attack is parried by an Uraken Uchi Yoko Kiage combination, followed by Mai Empi. A similar attack is defended using the same techniques as before. The first attacker returns with Oizuki and is stopped with Shito Uke, then countered with the same technique. This is repeated on the opposite side. A kick from the left is stopped with Gedan Shito Uke, whilst a follow-up, Oizuki, is defended and countered with Jodan Uke, Doji Shito Uchi. Before the attacker can retreat, a Maigeri is thrusted in. The attacker regroups as he steps back, trying an Oizuki, but is restrained with Osai Uke and Uraken Uchi. He pushes through with Gyakuzuki, which is parried with Uchiuke, Gyakuzuki, followed by Chudan Zuki. Turning to the rear, a Chudan Zuki is caught between the hand and wrist, followed by Urazuki Hiza Gamai to the face. The body falls in anticipation into Murote Hiji Tate Fusei. Another rear attack, Yoko Kokomi, is stopped by Murote Gedan Shito Uke. The second application shows Urazuki preceding the defense against Bo Mawashi Uchi. Uzuki. And Bo Otoshi Uchi. The next attack appears from the right, in the form of Oizuki. Simultaneously turning the body, the blow is parried by Chudan Uchi Uke and countered with Gyakuzuki. The same techniques are employed for an attack from the rear. Chudan Zuki being executed as the finishing blow. A side-on Jodan Oizuki is made ineffective by stepping off-center and utilizing the Uraken Uchi as a blocking technique, together with a Yoko Kyage attack. Turning the hip, the next assailant's Chudan Zuki is met and countered with Shuto Uke. A Gyakuzuki from the front is stopped with Osai Uke and followed by Shihon Nukite. This technique is thwarted by the attacker's Ryote Dori, but is finally overcome by rotating the body and countering with Jodan Uraken Uchi. Chudan Tetsui Uchi and Empi Uchi. An attack from the rear using Maigeri is defeated with Gedan Barai, whilst the following rear kick is controlled by Ryo Ude Moshi Uke and disabled with Otoshi Zuki. A finishing Jodan Zuki strike from the assailant is diverted upwards with Shuto Juji Uke. Then immobilized by Tenshin Gyaku Kansetsu. Before the attacker has a chance to react against Hidari and Migi Tobigeri with a Gyakuzuki punch, it is restrained and countered with Uraken Uchi. The final attack, Maigeri from the rear, is avoided by rotating 180 degrees and lowering the center of gravity, utilizing Tsukui Uke to overcome the assailant.
Kanku Dai.
continuing the series of in-depth Shotokan Karate Kata will be Sopchin. The hands and tekis. So take the opportunity of practicing with this world-famous master, Hirokazu Kanazawa, in your own home.